Social Welfare Minister Paul Lingdot today briefed press persons regarding the issuance of Scheduled Tribe and Scheduled Caste certificates in the state. He informed that he had chaired a meeting on the 28th of February 2024 in view of objections received from the KHADC and HYC regarding a letter from the Social Welfare Department which was issued on 21st July 2020 to the Deputy Commissioners of East Khasi Hills and West Khasi Hills. He said that in the meeting it was agreed upon that the letter, which read, and I quote, that the Lineage Act 1997 does not prohibit the issuance of either from the father or the mother, and the practice of adopting husband surnames by non-Khasi wife was allowed, unquote, contradicts the Khasi Hills Autonomous District Khasi Social Custom of Lineage Act 1997 and such should be withdrawn. The Social Welfare Minister also said that the office memorandum dated March 19, 2014, issued by the Social Welfare Department should be amended by incorporating, and I quote, tribe certificate from competent authority for areas under KHADC jurisdiction, unquote, as one of the criteria in the guidelines for issuance of ST certificates.
Primarily, I wanted to brief you regarding the status of one very sensitive matter which came up for my consideration as Minister in charge of the Social Welfare Department. And in the month of February this year, I had called a meeting with officials and the EM in charge of KHADC and also representatives of the HYC regarding a matter whereby the Department of Social Welfare had in the year 2020 issued one order addressed to the DCs of Shillong and Namstang, meaning East Khasi Hills and West Khasi Hills districts. The operative part of the letter that was issued by the Department of Social Welfare at that point of time reads, and you can refer to those lines, it reads as follows: that the Lineage Act 1997, meaning the act passed by the KHADC as a bill and later endorsed by the state government and also approved by the governor so that it became an act. It said that this Lineage Act 1997 does not prohibit the issuance of ST certificates, Scheduled Tribe certificates, to the applicant adopting surnames of either the father or mother, and the practice of adopting husbands' surnames by non-Khasi wife was also allowed. This was issued at the level of the Undersecretary, Social Welfare Department in 2020. So, in the initial part of this year, a delegation of the HYC had met me to express the strong opposition to the order issued by this office memorandum of 21st July 2020. So, taking cognizance of that visit and the points presented before me, I had called an official meeting on the 28th of February 2024, in which officials and representatives of the KHADC and the HYC were also invited to the discussions. In the course of the discussions, first and foremost, it became very apparent that since an act pertaining to lineage has already been considered and passed in the form of a bill by the KHADC, and also the same bill had received the assent of the Governor of Meghalaya, therefore it has the full power of an act. And when the governor signs, it also means that it has gone through the due process of examination by the Department of DCA and then received his assent. And therefore, even formally as well as constitutionally, no officer of the government of Meghalaya could have had the right to issue any order that contradicts a bill that has become an act and which was already in existence at the time when this administrative order was issued. So we found that order to be impunged, that is, it is questionable, and therefore the meeting decided to recommend that this order be withdrawn. If you will go through the next set of documents passed on to you, there are guidelines issued for the issuance of SC/ST certificates by the OM Office Memorandum of 19th March 2014. In the year 2014, the Social Welfare Department has issued guidelines for the issuance of SC/ST certificates, and this guideline was also addressed to the DCs of East Khasi Hills, Shillong, and West Khasi Hills, Nongstoin. And no, in fact, this went all across the state. But what was missing from this particular order was that this order did not take note of the fact that there already is a tribe certificate issued by the KHADC. In this case, the Khasi tribe certificate, which is compulsory for anybody before he or she applies for an SD certificate to first avail of and obtain a Khasi tribe certificate issued by the KHADC. So the meeting of which I had chaired also took that into consideration and decided that the OM be suitably amended to also include these lines. I quote, tribe certificate from competent authority for areas under KHADC jurisdiction as one of the criteria in the guidelines. So this particular file, after the proceedings of the meeting have been properly documented, I had signed this particular file and approved it yesterday, and I wanted to share these inputs with you so that the public at large should also possess information about this very relevant matter.